Alright, now let's do all the non-WCA puzzles. I don't know where to start, they're actually all in front of me. But, yeah, the camera just can't see it. So, I'll just start off with this one. This is a cubic cube for you, 3x3x5. I actually really like this puzzle because I used to speed solve this back in the day because it was just really fun. And I averaged like 1 minute, like under 1 minute for that. So this one is the Diane Shang Crazy Domino Cube, or the Crazy 2x3x3. It catches a lot, and it's not the best quality, but you know, I like the 2x3x3, so I decided to get this one. Next up is the Ghost Cube. This one is a fun puzzle. I am missing a couple stickers just because of how small they are. And okay, that one's falling apart. Okay. It's very fun, I guess, but I don't pick it up anymore because it's just that hard to solve though. Okay, so this is the Oscar Van Deventer Mix-Up Cube. And I love this cube just because it's fun to solve, and it's actually pretty simple. And I actually speed solved this back then, and I averaged under 40 seconds. So this is the YJ Heart Cube. It's a fun puzzle. I like how it looks like a heart and all that. And this lid is actually pretty thin, so it is a fun shape mod. We have this 15 puzzle. That's yeah, I like to solve this. I have the online app version of it, and I averaged like under like 30, 25. Next up is this rainbow cube. There's actually a nut or a bolt like inside here for some reason. I don't know where that came from, but this is actually pretty fun to solve. It's simple, and you don't really need a tutorial because when you get to the last three, they're always going to be like solved. Okay. Next we have this Curvy Copter Plus. I've never scrambled it yet, and I don't really want to just because I know how hard it can be. I used to have the number 1, and I used to have the version 1, but I sold that because it like broke or something. But this one, you know, it's a great cube. I got it from my friend the other like competition. Next up, we have this Pierming's Crystal, the Meffords one. I tried lubing it up, but it's just such a hard puzzle to get good because these edges just these edges just catch. But it has the word Pierming's in it, so I just decided like why not, and I just got it. This is the snake puzzle. It's a knockoff, and it's broken on one piece, but doesn't matter. This is the Pure Morphics. Currently I'm doing a mod to try to make this into a normal 2x2 Piermings, where instead of this turning, the tips turn. And I'm almost done with it. I just need some more time. Next is a magic. One string actually fell out because I was speed solving it, so I decided to just leave it alone because I think I've had like 3 magics in the past and they all broke. You know, it's like, I guess it's a fun thing to waste time with, but once one string like falls out, the rest come out, and it's a huge mess. Okay. Next is the gear ball. Oh no. It's so smooth, I don't know how it's that smooth, even for a Meffords puzzle, but wow, it's very fun. Very smooth, yeah. Okay. So now we have a Edison barrel puzzle. This one's from Korea, and it's actually turned very smoothly, like very smoothly actually. But like it's 5 colored, so like it's like there's no need for PLO or like all that. But there is center orientation, but that's easy. Next up we have the Dino Cube. I got this last competition from someone. I like this because it's very simple. It only has edges, yet it looks like a corner. And it's just fun to solve, yeah. Next up is this, I would call it the nationality cube, because it has the major cities, the countries. This one's made in Korea, so obviously has that. And yeah, it has the very old mechanism, so it just turns. Next we have my 3x3x2 that are foreign modded. It goes 45 reverse and no, it goes 22.5 reverse and 45 normal. I just did it because it was a great way to practice foreign modding back then. This is my 2x2x3 that I restickered and lubed. It turns by one side very smoothly, but just when you're trying to switch an axis, it's not going to turn due to the mechanism. This is the gear shift. It's a knockoff, but it still turns the same and it functions the same. So I don't really speed solve it, but it's great to have in the collection. Okay, next is the iCube. I got this from just from Thompson actually. He happened to have this, and yeah, it's in the solved state right now. I did not solve this, however. My friend did, and yeah, it's just a kind of a representation of an iPhone, because it was pretty expensive, yet it's like poor quality and all of that. Next is a Fisher Q. Probably it's really fun to solve. I like how, for example, a Y perm, if you don't look carefully enough, it looks like a T perm. And yeah, it helps. It makes me think sometimes when I solve, and it's fun. Next up is a Void Cube. This one's the Rubik's one, and it doesn't turn that great when you're trying to, when you're trying to, turn from another side to another one. But itself, it turns very smoothly, and I got this from my neighbor actually. This is a cutter cube. It was my first actual mod. So basically, it looks like a 3x3, except it has a big piece in the middle. It doesn't turn normally, but you have to turn it halfway, and then it starts turning. And it was pretty nice for my first mod. Okay, next up we have the Axis Cube. This one's also very fun because it's like a easier version of the Ghost Cube, and I find this to be just enough, I guess, hardness to be like good. This is the Rubik's Spark. As many of you know, I went to 3 different interviews just for this, and it's my only electronic Rubik's puzzle, but I'm not really a fan of it. It's too loud and annoying. Next up, this is actually a WCA puzzle, but since it's so small, I decided just not to count it, and I just put it in here. Next up is a stress ball from Rubik's. That's it. This is my unfinished half truncated cube mod. I actually use super glue. Hot glue for this instead of like any milliput or anything, and it actually turned out pretty nicely. But yeah, I'm not really done it. Like I just have to restricker it, I think, and sand it a bit more. But yeah. Next we have a super floppy cube. All the sides are like the insides are also the same color like this. So look at that, like that. And it's fun to solve, and I like the colors on this. I got it from a guy back then. This is a Master Morphix, the Shangshao one. Very smooth. I don't speed solve this, but I do bring it to school sometimes just to show people that there are more than just a Rubik's Cube. Whoops. Okay. This is my Kilo Minx, or my 2x2 Mega Minx. I did speed solve this for a little bit until it just got boring because I'm not a Mega Minx guy. This turns very, very, like nicely. It's Shangshao. And yeah, it's great for collections. Next up, we have my two Master Pyraminxes. This is the methods that, I would say it's decent for back then. And this is the Shangshao, one of my favorite non-WCA puzzles, just because of how smooth it is. And yeah, I got it from Speed Cube Shop. I'll just put this right over here. Okay, now this is my 3x3x5 from Calvin's with the broken piece. I can probably fix it, but it will be tough because of how thin the corners are. The other moves are very nice. Yeah. Okay, next is my 8x8. I know it's a cubic puzzle, but it's not WCA. Yeah, so I didn't include it. I actually got this for free from my friend who's pretty rich for some reason. And yeah, it's very fun. I don't solve it that much. I will have to solve it soon because I don't like unsolved puzzles. And yeah, there. This is my mirror blocks. It's very beginners shape shifting cube, but it's also very fun. And I did use to speed solve it. Smooth, and I like it. It's also in gold. Oh, I forgot to include this with the other ghost cube. It's the unopened one. Has a different logo. It's a bit newer. I guess they started selling these again. And yeah, just unopened. Good for collection, I guess. I'll just put that wherever. I guess the last puzzle is a Void Cube, the Land one. Like I said, very smooth for one axis, but then when you're switching, it's not gonna work. So, alright, so there are a couple more. There's the disassembled magics, like from earlier I said, and a Rubik's 2x2x4. That's it can be put back together, but I'm just too lazy to. There's also a Diane Pyraminx disassembled for the mod I'm doing. And here are the pieces of the mod that I am currently doing. Here is the tip, I should say. And the core that I have to super glue some pieces to. I guess I'll go over my mats, just whatever, yeah. I have the Gen 4 mat and the Speed Cube Shop mat. Also, my two timers. I have a Gen 2 timer that still works somehow because I replaced batteries, I guess. I also have a Gen 4 timer. I don't have a Gen 3 timer, however. There's the Gen 4 one. Oh, okay. Whoops. So yes, this is my whole cube collection, also my 200 video, and probably my last video of 2016. So here we go. Lots of pure mixes and 3x3s. So most of this wouldn't be I guess possible without you guys, because I wouldn't have been sponsored by Speed Cube Shop, and I wouldn't have the chance to get some of these puzzles. This is gonna be a pretty long video. I'm guessing over 30 minutes, and I'm sorry for that because I know you guys want to do other things for Christmas. So, but you know, you don't have to watch all of it. I'm just saying that it's, I guess, a special video. It will take a while to upload though, but I will try to get it before Christmas. Okay, so that's basically it. You know, all the cubes that I own, and I am very thankful for having a chance to get all of these. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions about some of the cubes that I've seen in this, just feel free to ask, and I'll see you guys next year. Bye.